Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New Day webinar series number 5. Amazing how time flies when we're having a good time, and hopefully all of you have had a chance to see last week's webinar with Dr. Ambati and Dr. Saucedo. I've watched it a couple of times, and I've had many people comment. As you're coming in, please chat and say hello. And welcome, Marilyn, the first one to chat. Welcome. Hola, Jorge. Welcome. Bonjour, Justin. Welcome to everybody who's coming on. As you're coming on again, give us your chat. Let us know you're there. And if you're watching this for the first time on Facebook Live, welcome to the rebroadcast. Yud, welcome to the call. And many people coming on. Wow, it's really filling up now. So hello, everybody. So welcome to the webinar series number 5. Today is a special call, not like they're all special calls, but Adi and Eaton, welcome. Shalom, yeah, absolutely. So today's special because we get to learn about leadership training, and I'll comment on that in just a few minutes, but I have a few updates that I want to share with you. And we have a couple of special guests on the call today. Ron Williams, our founder and visionary. Excited to hear from him today, someone who is a leadership mentor of mine, and so excited about that. And also Kevin O'Connor, who I don't know if I respect anybody more than I respect Kevin related to leadership and leadership development. So 2 powerful speakers for the call today. First of all, a couple of updates. We have our comp plan. Ron, I think you're still off mute. If you want to mute yourself for just a second, thanks. So our comp plan flyer is live on the website in English. And later today, the translated uploads, I believe Spanish, German, French, and Portuguese will be up live this afternoon. So this is the new comp plan flyer, which also includes the new Starter 150 program. And you're going to hear more about that from Kevin, as I said today. So pretty excited. So that flyer is up and going, and the translations will be up later today. Velocity shipments. And we had a call with, or we had numerous calls with some of our European leaders. And the velocity shipment, getting there less than 5 business days, is kind of an amazing results. And we had a lot of examples that we put up there and that we are talking with and getting testimonials for. But we are running a social media campaign on Facebook right now. So if you are participating in the Velocity program and you have got your product and had that kind of experience, we want you to take a video of yourself just with your phone. I know you can't see me on camera, but I'm holding my phone up. Or can you see me? Do you see me or you see a slide? Okay, cool. You see the slide, but I was holding my camera up to give you an example of what it might look like if I'm videoing myself. So we're running that social media campaign. If you have received your Velocity shipment, take a quick video. It's, hey, I ordered this on Monday. I received it on Thursday. This is amazing. This is how I think I can build my business with getting the product here as quickly as it's getting. So pretty exciting. So send your testimonial videos sharing your Velocity experience with us. Also, our new packs, the Accelerated Business Model Velocity packs that are live in Europe and North America. As you know, they contain many perks for the new member, discounted prices, large leg volume that's added to it, some additional qualification advantages. We also, and for those of you who may or may not be aware of this, for current members who purchase those packs, you receive that big leg volume boost as well by purchasing those packs. Now that is available and good between now and, well, it was available before, but until the 29th of this month. So into next week, Monday night, I believe at midnight. So take advantage of that while you can. Get those packs, get them to you, take advantage of the large leg volume. And that's a great way to accelerate your business or accelerate the speed or velocity of your business, as we like to say. So also on these packs, there are frequently asked questions or FAQs that are being translated as we speak and will be uploaded tomorrow. Now, on next week's webinar, we'll be going through those frequently asked questions on those packs. There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of perks. There's a lot of reasons why those packs can accelerate your business. And next week, we're going to focus on, as well as many other things, we're going to focus on that as well. As I mentioned on the call today, we have Kevin O'Connor a little bit later, who's going to share with us how to build your business, or how building your business with the new starter program can accelerate your business. And I'm excited about this. But the topic of today's call is about leadership. And as I mentioned before, we have two special guests who are going to be talking about leadership. But I want to just add one of my favorite quotes. And I probably created it, but I'm not going to take full advantage of it. But momentum is a question that comes up in our industry a lot. Sorry, Jorge, you're saying, yes, it's, he just sent a chat to all of you that are watching in. So the perks are good through May 29th, 11:59, and it is a promotion, the current member promotion for those packs. So momentum to me means consistent daily effort, performed by thousands, tens of thousands, and eventually hundreds of thousands of people. Many companies have tried to create momentum. They've tried to sustain momentum. I think a new product helps spike business. I think opening new countries helps spike business. I think new promotions can help spike business. But for me, consistent daily effort provided or performed by thousands and tens of thousands of people is what really creates momentum. We understand that you as members are volunteers. You're not employees. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and be excited about Forever Green or us as a team or the business. You have that as a choice. You're volunteers in this volunteer army, and we respect that. Leadership is to me, is people who can engage and create that consistent daily effort by more than just themselves. A leader could be someone who just creates that behavior with one other person. Could be with two other people, but it is that, as I described, consistent daily effort provided and performed by tens or hundreds of thousands of people. And a leader is someone who can generate that. So just wanted to share that with you, my idea this morning and thought before I introduced our two special guests today. I'm excited to introduce our first guest. I don't know what more I can say about Ron that I haven't said already before. Our founder, our visionary, one of the few mentors that I have in life, on a personal level as well as on a business level, and someone I love and respect with a great deal, and someone who I enjoy communicating with on a daily basis. We were texting late into the evening last night, as we normally do, and updating each other on what's going on during the day, and that's how I like to end or begin my day, is with conversations or texting back and forth with Ron. So Ron, with that, I'm going to introduce you and take it away.
Awesome. Can you see me okay?
I can.
Guys, I'm in my backyard today. A beautiful little scenery here. Wanted to mix it up because I've noticed the last couple months we've been talking about spring, and I think there's been a generation of hope that has occurred. And Rick, you and the team, a great team, have been working on the Velocity program and just making things tangible, and in doing so, beginning the illumination of who we are and our vision so that we can live, in surround sound as a company. And so now we're going into summer, and summer is all about touching our success. And this is a time that we really bear down, as Rick said, and all of us do something every day to create the momentum, and not only do something ourselves, but inspiring others to do the same. And I know the company is doing everything in their power to create the conversations around that. And I know our leaders are doing everything they can to create the duplication around that. One leader in particular I want to point out is Karsten Lang, who this weekend I had the privilege of getting on their meeting out in Austria, and just say that what a great job and what a great leader Karsten is. And just always, when people are finding sand traps, he's finding large patches of greenery, and demonstrating that, the grass is as green as what we grow it, guys. It's not greener somewhere else. We have to plant and grow our own green grass. And that's what leadership is. That's what Forever Green is all about. And in the end, that's what life is all about. That's the reality. We see in our industry people jumping from here to there to here to there to here to there. only to discover that brown grass will follow you wherever you go. So this is a great time now. The hope has been generated. The Velocity Shipping, the Prodigy 5, the doctors are in line, the starter program, all these things, the communication mechanisms that you're seeing, more online presence, more social media. All these things are occurring so that we can, again, illuminate and live forever green in surround sound. So spring is winding down, guys, in the next 3-4 weeks. And we come into summer, which is about the tangible nature of our success. And so this is a great time for us to really embrace that now hope is a thing of the past. The reality is our success that's in front of us. And so Karsten, shout out to you for being such a great leader and demonstrating exactly that. I want to point that out because it works, Karsten. It really does. With that, we'll go upline from Karsten and bring in a person who just got home, living the dream, actually. I always say he's living the dream because he went on a 50-day cruise, but, you know, I don't know how many people work that much on a cruise, Kevin. Shame on you. He was always working. He was showing up in different places, meeting members of his downline, people who are not in his organization, just being a great leader and a great ambassador and example to what Forever Green actually is. He's been with us for many, many years. He came when we were smaller. He came when we were, you know, just kind of trying to plug away, and he saw the vision of this company and he did not waver in that vision. And I have so much respect for him for that, because everybody wants the short-term buffet. Nobody wants to plant and water and grow and nurture and prune, you know, and all the things that come and shake out the tree, for heaven's sake. Not many people want to do that, but that truly is the cultivation of leadership. And Kevin O'Connor represents that as our all-star. So Kevin, I won't take up much time. I know you got something to share about leadership today, but it's a privilege and an honor to bring you on.
Ryan, thanks so much for that kind introduction. And yeah, we just got back from a 50-day cruise. A lot of people say, wow, 50 days, can you know, what's that like? How can you handle it? Of course, never done it before. And I wondered, is it going to be a little too much? You know, we're in stateroom. But by the time day 25 came along, my wife and I were going, oh no, it's halfway over. So the message is that it was a blast and a great opportunity to celebrate with my wife. So let me, I'm going to share my screen now. Let's see. So you can imagine that I had the opportunity to take a lot of photos, and I'm going to show you a photo that I just took on Sunday. Can you guys, somebody tell me if you can see my screen okay?
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you. Let me just, I want to enlarge it here. Great. So I took this on Sunday because this photo actually is one of our members who placed an order the previous Monday in the US on Velocity, placed that order on Monday. Her product was in her hands on Wednesday, 48 hours later. Folks, that's phenomenal. And that is creating excitement and creating belief. And so with that, I want to talk about the starter program, because I'm probably going to help you think about it a little differently than you might currently think about it. But before I do that, on my way back, when did I fly home? Tuesday, I watched a movie called The Founder. It's the story of Ray Kroc and McDonald's. And although he didn't start McDonald's, he basically took it over. It's a fascinating story. And part of that story, I need to set the stage for starter by telling you the following. So Ray Kroc was a milkshake machine salesman. He hears about this phenomenon called McDonald's, lines out the door, and he goes and he places his order because the lines were long. He gets up there, and the guy hands him a bag, and he says, "Well, when's I'll go sit down. I'll wait for the order." He says, "No, here's your order." I said, "What do you mean? Here's my order? I just ordered 30 seconds ago." I said, "Sir, this is your order." So he sits down. They've never seen anything like this. Remember, he's at all the new fast food drive-ins all over trying to sell these milkshake machines. Normally, he would sit and wait for 10 minutes for somebody to bring his food out. He was blown away by the fact that it took 30 seconds. He's sitting there when the McDonald's brothers comes along. They introduce, says, "Let me give you a tour." And he goes in and he shows him the layout and what they had revolutionized. And the reason they were able to actually go from a grill on that hamburger to putting it in front of him in 30 seconds. And here was the thing that really caught me. One McDonald's brother said, what we did was we kept asking the question, what can we eliminate? Not what we can add to make things faster, what can we eliminate to make things faster? Think velocity, okay? We eliminated a lot in order to deliver that package from Monday to Wednesday. Now, what can we eliminate? When you are talking to a prospect, to a new person about a comp plan, I don't care what kind of comp plan, I don't care what company, tendency is, chances are that people's eyes are going to glaze over. You know that, you've seen that. And so what I like to do is think about what can we eliminate so that we focus on getting them, or that burger analogy, in 30 seconds, and they get it. So you probably know a little bit about the starter program. You know that there's a starter 150, 250, 400, and you can even add it up to 500. So you think about it as that bonus, and that's good. It is a bonus. However, it's a blueprint for building your business. It's a blueprint. So let's talk about just a little bit so we're on the same page. The power of starter. Starter 150 happens when you personally enroll 4 people, plus they're personally enrolled with 1,000 points over a 4-week period. The company's going to pay you a $150 bonus as long as you've purchased 100 points of product during that period. So if you maintain that, you continue getting the money. And as long as you have 4 personally enrolled, 1,000 points within your first 2 levels, you get paid that, as I said, every 4 weeks. But what if you have 2 or more personally enrolled that become starter 150? Do you make more money? And the answer is yes. So starter bonus is meant kind of as an insurance policy to keep people in profit. This is critical. Now, as you're going to see, I only focus on starter because the rest of the compensation plan is going to follow from it, as you'll see here in a moment. So this is where we're going to go from bonus to blueprint. Let's look how we use the starter to go for that blueprint. How to go from 150 to over $5,000 at a minimum if you follow this blueprint. And you probably thought starter was, only 400 or 500. Now I'm going to show you that if you follow this blueprint, you can turn this into thousands of dollars. For me, the key is don't worry about your $150 bonus. Worry and concentrate, not worry, but concentrate on helping 2 of your 4 personally enrolled members get their 150 bonus. This means that those 2 are generating a minimum of 1,000 points each, which is 2,000 points. We're going to assume that they're evenly distributed in the binary. I have to use something here. It's going to be more or less. So I'm giving you what I consider a extremely conservative outline here. It'll probably be far bigger than what I'm going to show you, but we have to have, the only thing you have to concentrate on is, do I have members and volume in my left and in my right? After that, forget everything you think you know about the comp plan and concentrate on starter. So we know that we've got those 2,000 points and 1,000 is in your small leg. That's 12%, it's $120. So you now actually have earned the $250 starter bonus because you've promoted starter 150s and you've made a 120 team bonus. And I'm not talking about the 25% fast start bonuses. I'm not even going to mention matching bonus today. I'm just focused on starter and team. So your starter went 250 and you've elevated to 1 star. Now let's get you a car. If you have all 4 PAMs at starter 150, each generating a minimum of 1,000 points each equals 4,000 points. You have earned 400 starter bonus plus 240 team bonus. You're now starter 400. You concentrate on, therefore, getting the 150. Here's the key now. You concentrate on, therefore, getting the 150. So you've got your 4. You want them to now duplicate what you've done. That becomes 16 people with 1,000 points equals 16,000 points, plus your original 4,000. We have 20,000 points times 12%. Divide that out, 10,000 on the small leg. We have $1,200. You've now earned a $400 starter bonus plus your $1,200 team bonus equals $1,600. You've got enough volume there for 3-star. And all you need to do to get that car or apartment or whatever is, I'll read it right off the screen here. The starter program doesn't end at 400. Once you're started 400, you can upgrade your 400 bonus to 500. When a member hits starter 400, the bonus upgrades to $500 after the member sends the following to corporate: copy of your car or apartment lease and pictures of your car or apartment in JPEG form so corporate can use it for digital mastering purposes, marketing purposes. So easy, powerful, but here's the real power. Let's follow this blueprint a little further. Now let's assume that each of the 16 people create 4 starter 150s. So that's 16 times 4 equals 64, times 1,000 equals 64,000 points. It's 32,000 on each leg, times 12%, it's $3,840. Plus the original 20,000, you now have an additional 1,200 to add on there. So 1,200 plus 3,840 plus 400 starter. Now, many of you have been with us for a while. You remember X-Tribe. I simply adapted what I taught on X-Tribe to the starter program, which is multiple times better and more powerful than our original X-Tribe was. That's how I built my organization. Exactly what I'm talking about here. So this is not theory. This is not even huge numbers. This simply takes some time for a new person to build this. But if you concentrate on that 16 plus 64 plus 4, you're under 100 people who are now starter 150 to generate what's close to $6,000 in income. And again, it may be far bigger than this. You're going to have people that don't do 1,000 points in their leg. That's what I'm basing it on. You're going to have people that do 2, 5, 10. You got people in there that are going to want to be starter 400. And so I'm giving you what I consider a small minimum number, that if you just concentrate on getting a few levels of your personally enrolled members to starter 150, 250, 400, you don't have to worry about the rest of the comp plan. It will come with you. And remember, every person in your personally enrolled starter program, you are going to earn matching bonus when you start earning match on 4 levels of those people dynamically compressed. So the real power of the starter program is this simple duplication system. What Ray Kroc bought into and understood the moment he saw it was that finally somebody cracked the code on a duplication system. And what they said, what the McDonald's brothers continually asked themselves, is what do I remove in order for things to move faster? Don't confuse the issue. Don't try and teach people a million things about the comp plan. Work with them to get them to starter 150, work with them to get to 400. And I promise you, not only will the money come for them, of course, that means it will come to you in multitudes. So the question is, how many starter 150s will you build? It is unlimited, the number that you can. And of course, every starter 150 that you build, particularly frontline, is adding to your team bonus week after week after week. This is the key. So it's time to play big, enroll your first 4, help them enroll their first 4, complete your starter 150, move from 1 to 2 to 3-star. You help your team rank advance to advance yourself. It's a pretty simple formula. If you think of nothing else, if you do nothing else, you will find that this formula which is helped me build a international organization, will help you do the same and help you play big. So in talking about leadership, one of the things that was really impactful for me watching this movie, The Founder, about Ray Kroc, was that when he was in those really starving early days, he constantly, nonstop listened to motivational messages. And one of the great messages that they kept playing in the movie was the great W. Clement Stone, who was with Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. And he talked about that, talent doesn't do it. The world is full of talent that, doesn't make it. Uh, in fact, genius doesn't do it. The world is full of geniuses that whose ideas just go with them in the grave. That the one characteristic that is the difference between those who win and those who just dream is persistence. Persistence, persistence, persistence. And so as we have gone through this transition, or continue to go through this transition, the one thing I know is that the backbone of what we do, of how we move forward, of how we create, of how we build this company into the hundreds of millions of dollars, is simplicity, persistence. That formula is unstoppable. Ron, Rick, back to you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. Very well said. And of course, it certainly reverberates a lot more from a guy who's done it and who's doing it and who's managing it and who's maintained it and who's run, hundreds of millions of dollars through it. So Kevin, thank you for highlighting the starter program, because I think, what a lot of people don't understand is that our plan really, every plan pays, a finite amount, everyone. And it's not whether the plan works you, it's whether you work the plan. And see, that's the thing a lot of people get hung up on. And what Kevin just shared with you is exactly how to work the plan, because if we were to duplicate what he just shared persistently, then you really wouldn't need to look at all the the playbook. You just do that over and over and over again and teach your people to do that over and over and over again. And there you have duplication. There you have a residual business that is always in motion, always in action. So Kevin, thank you for sharing that with us. Well, what I want to share in closing today is that, sometimes when we theorize and when we talk about the vision and we talk about, velocity, and we talk about all these things come together, Kevin touched on it. Now it's about getting a little persistent. It's getting primal. It's getting really active. It's thinking less and doing more. It's talking, 90% to the world and 10% to each other. And what happens is when the car spins out and people are in the car, they tend to drive slow on the shoulder even, and they talk about spinning out. That's all they do. Very rarely does that group say, let's get back in the fast lane, because now the road is nicer. The road is more designed and more ready for velocity, if you will. And in this case, that's kind of the situation now. Is it's time to get gritty. It's time to get after it. It's time to think less and do more. Just simply do right now. It's hard to fail sharing the idea of Prodigy 5. It's hard to fail. You have a doctor with a once in a lifetime story. You have a technology, you have a product, you have a model, you have now velocity shipping, and you have all these things that are now funneling underneath it to build out, is what I've always said, build out the extremities of our company. So now it's about who's going to get primal. I mean, who's just going to do it now? Who is going to shift their being in such a way that their organization goes, whoa, this guy's putting on the gloves and he's going to go out, this girl's going to go out and do it. There's just no talking, just get it done. So my challenge and request today is we've got to start somewhere. I'd love to see someone step up in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, and just light up the world and send a message to the world. We talked about earlier with Rick, about leadership. And, I've always said there's 1,000 ways to lead. It doesn't have to look any particular way. Simply find one, just find one. Don't get caught blending and hiding somewhere in the corner and on the shoulder driving, talking about spinning out. Get in the car, put on your seatbelt, get in the fast lane and go, because now the lanes are more designed than they've ever been, especially with this FGX model, which is a new revolutionary model. So I just want to let you guys know, I post a challenge out to you this week. Who's going to light us up? Who's going to inspire the world? Who's going to send a message to the rest of the world that, we're getting primal now, we're getting action oriented, we're thinking less, we're doing more, we're talking 90% to the world and 10% to each other. We are now following the starter program, duplicating the Prodigy 5, the model program, doing the FGX models, so that we can go now and take our business and our message to the world. And I'll tell you, when we do that, there's so many benefits or offshoots of who we are that make this world a better place, whether it's economically, creating our global model, whether it's from a community standpoint, erasing political lines and racial lines, whether it's or through our overall health, because we all know that too many people set out to create and sustain their dreams, stepping over their health to get there. So we bring this to the world with good intent, you know, with good, pure messaging and with execution. So with that, I just want to tell the staff and the executive team, thank you for all the great manifestations that you are making and continue to make. I want to say to our leaders, thank you for those of you who are stepping up and leading. And I singled out Karsten tonight because I just watched him on Facebook. I saw that meeting last week. I see what he's doing. He's getting primal. He's thinking less. He's doing more. And that's what we need right now. So the challenge this week is, who is going to step up right now and think less and get out of the shoulder? Stop talking about last month or 4 months ago and talk about today and get some things done, because this is the time we move into the fast lane. So with that, I'll just say, guys, I love our company. I love what we stand for, and I send my love and my support to every single one of you to work really hard right now, and let's go make some money, because I'll tell you what, man, when we do so, all things can be manifested through this company, and we become an extremely formidable group of people in the world. So with that, I'll say tune in next week when we're going to hear from more leadership training. We're going to hear from take some Q&A on Velocity. We're going to have Rick and Jorge and Joe fielding questions on the Velocity program next week. So we want to make sure we get everybody in, because I assume they'll be able to give some case in point examples of what's going on with Velocity. So with that, I'll just say thank you all for joining in. Jorge, thank you for strategizing and teeing up these webinars. Joe, thanks for all the support you're giving to the world right now. Chris Patterson, so great to have you on the team. Kevin O'Connor, as always, thanks for stepping up today and sending a message to all. The challenge has been issued. Who is going to step it up? We're going to start somewhere, right? Who is going to step it up and inspire the world this week? So let's get after it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Welcome to Forever Green, and welcome home.